Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners regular meeting, December 8th, 2011. It's now 7 p.m. All please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jackie, would you call the roll, please?
President Riley?
Here.
Vice President Young?
Here.
Commissioner Egan?
Present.
Commissioner Heidi?
Here.
Commissioner Danner?
Here.
Commissioner Ori?
Here.
Commissioner Todd?
Here.
Jackie, we don't have any awards of recognition. Do we have anyone from the public signed up to speak? Okay, then we'll go right into updates. Start with the Riverwalk Commission update. Commissioner Heidi.
Thank you, President Riley. I don't have much to report tonight. We had a lighting demo scheduled for last night. That was postponed, a lighting for the covered bridges. The lights did not arrive, so that will be rescheduled. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Heidi. I'll do the next three update reports. The first one is the Riverwalk Foundation update. The Riverwalk Foundation met on December 1st, 2011. The group acknowledged the long service of members Dave Kelsch and Frank Sweeney, who are stepping off the foundation. Their service will be commemorated with a note of thanks from Foundation President Karen Solomon and the placement of personalized bricks on the Riverwalk. The search for a new treasurer to replace Frank Sweeney is proceeding well. A leading candidate has been identified and hopefully will be in place by the end of the year. The foundation will soon have the ability to accept credit cards for donations and purchases. The foundation explored various options and agreed on the one they felt was best, and will now work to bring that capability online once the new treasurer is in place. The review work for possible revision of the bylaws continues, and the next meeting of the Riverwalk Foundation will be March 1st, 2012. And the Millennium Carillon Foundation, at our 11/10/2011 meeting, we commissioners approved the tri-party agreement for the Carillon. And the Naperville community is invited to gather for a free, family-friendly countdown to the new year at the Millennium Carillon on Rotary Hill at 6 p.m. and again at 12 midnight. The Park District will open the Riverwalk Eatery from 5 to 7 p.m. with hot chocolate provided courtesy of My Chef Catering, and music provided both inside and outside of the eatery. Following the 6 o'clock countdown, the Carillon will ring in the new year with a festive peal and Carillon music. Prior to the midnight countdown, Naperville's Carillionaires Tin Sleep and Sue Berggren will play duets, waltzes, and excerpts from Handel's Royal Fireworks. The next meeting of the foundation is scheduled for January 5th, 2012, 7:30 a.m. in the Rubin Community Center. And finally, the Parks Foundation. Just a quick note for commissioners that the Parks Foundation agreement will be an agenda item for discussion and potential approval at our 12/19 special meeting. The next meeting of the Foundation Board has not yet been scheduled. Next, we have a Finance Committee update from Commissioner Todd.
Yes, the Finance Committee met on November 16th, and one of the things that we wanted to look at was to review the our P-card program. There'd been a lot of information in the news about various companies and organizations that had some difficulty with them, and so we decided that we would review our procedures and internal controls for the district's P-card program. And the committee reviewed the internal controls and the safeguards and items of note. Just to let everyone know, there's a dollar limit per card holder, and the limits can be different based on the particular card holder. There's also a dollar limit on each transaction. We have restrictions on the items that can be purchased. Every transaction has to be approved by a person other than the card holder. There's 4 levels of approval for items that are being purchased. Electronic approval with all the levels are documented. Receipts are required for all purchases, and it's reviewed by the finance and program administrator who do not have P-cards. And then there's also a fraud protection provided by Bank of America, who provides the cards for us. The other thing that we talked about was that there is also a very strong culture within the district to promote accountability, and that fraudulent use of the district's procurement cards is really not acceptable. So all of those things we felt was a very strong system in place to ensure that our procurement cards will not and cannot really be misused. The other thing is that we talked about was the debt. I'd like to give you an update on that. We have a very favorable interest rate environment right now, and the district recently completed the following debt financing transactions. We have what's called 2011 A bonds. It's $6.5 million for capital projects. There's a 15-year maturity on that with an average yield of 3.5% or 3%. We also have 2011 B bonds. We have $3.5 million allocated for capital projects. There's also a 15-year maturity with an average yield of 3% on those. And then we have 2011 C bonds, which was a $5.5 million for refunding of the district's 2003 A bonds. The 7-year maturity with an average yield of 1.7% provides us with a savings of greater than $600,000. So we think that, one, we're in a very favorable position with our AAA bond rating, and we also take advantage of it. So the next Finance Committee meeting is scheduled for December 21st at 10:30. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Legislative Committee update. Commissioner Heidi.
Thank you, President Riley. The most recent meeting of the Naperville Park District Legislative Committee was held on November 18th. Our primary topic of discussion, can you hear me out there? It seems like it's going in and out. Our primary topic of discussion was legislative priorities. And while our top priority continues to be the passage of House Bill 3129, or the concurrent Senate Bill 2286, we have identified several other important legislative items. We place great importance on getting to know our legislators, particularly those that are newly elected. And reflective of this priority is a meeting scheduled with Senator A.J. Wilhelmi later this month. We will be seeking meetings with all of our home legislators this year. We will also be seeking clarification as it relates to the implementation of the 2010 ADA requirements at our facilities. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the Parks and Recreation Committee update. Vice President Young.
President Riley, the Parks and Recreation Committee did not meet. We will be meeting next Thursday, December 15th at 8 a.m.
Thank you. Next, a Strategic Planning Committee update. Commissioner Janner.
Thank you, President Riley. The Strategic Planning Committee meets quarterly and will have its next meeting later in December.
Thank you. Golf Committee, Commissioner Egan.
Thank you, President Riley. The Golf Committee met this past Monday to discuss the rates for the 2012 season. Due to the early meeting, financials were not yet finalized. We will present full year 2011 numbers in the January meeting. Staff is working on finalizing rate structure for next year. We are simplifying our rate structure, and residents will be pleased to know that rates are coming down, and we will be introducing a resident rate. We should have the rate structure finalized shortly and be able to fully communicate that to our residents in early January. A 2012 Brooks Links membership makes a very memorable gift. It is that time of the season. New first-time members will receive a $100 golf shop gift card with a single membership purchase, or $150 with a family member purchase. Between now and December 24th, holiday gift cards are available at Springbrook and Naperville golf courses. Cards may be used for 2012. And if you purchase between $50 and $250 between now and the 24th, you will receive a 10% bonus. We have an end-of-season survey available on both golf websites. We'd appreciate receiving our golfers' feedback on the 2011 season. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is my report for the month. As 2011 draws to a close, I'd like to take take this opportunity to commend the Naperville Park District staff for their excellent work this season. 3 major projects, the Centennial Beach redesign, Nike Sports Complex, and Seeger Park, were completed on time and under budget. Completing any one of these projects would be a notable accomplishment by itself. Doing all 3 in 1 year is impressive. It's even more impressive when you consider that the big 3 were done while the CAPRA accreditation process, which normally takes 18 months, was completed in 6 months. I know the staff was stretched, but that's when you learn how much great work you're really capable of, which leads to a real sense of accomplishment and personal confidence. Congratulations. Congratulations to our Executive Director, Ray McGurry, who led us through a very eventful year. So thank you. And happy holidays to all. And now, for our Executive Director's monthly report.
Thank you, President Riley. A couple things here. The turkey shoot, which was held on November 19th at both Springbrook and Naperville Brook golf courses, was a tremendous success, with a record attendance of 210 golfers. Best of all, the participants donated a total of $860 and 556 pounds of food to benefit Loaves and Fishes. Wish to thank all who participated for their generosity. And special thanks to Ed Provo and his staff, and Samara Luthman and her staff for putting on a great program there. It's one thing to get the golfers out there; it's another thing to keep that moving, because that can be somewhat of an issue. But Ed and his staff did a phenomenal job, and Sam did a great job of getting the information out. The Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada recently awarded the Park District the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting for its comprehensive annual financial report. The certificate is awarded to organizations who meet the highest standards of the program, including demonstrating a spirit of full disclosure to clearly communicate its financial story. The district has received this honor annually since 1994, and again, this is a testimony to certainly the Board of Commissioners, the Finance Committee, and to Sue Stanish and her staff as the Director of Finance for keeping an open book, and for certainly keeping the taxpayer dollars at hand. So great job by everybody. Just this week we learned that Centennial Beach is being honored with the Illinois Park and Recreation Association Outstanding Facility Award. We will be recognized at the annual state conference in Chicago this coming January. So another great job by staff. Registration is currently in progress for the spring Naperville Youth Soccer, winter break camps, and winter programs. Also, Santa House on the Riverwalk is open through December 23rd, and we have several other holiday events and programs. Please visit www.napervilleparks.org for further details. And then finally, we are currently conducting 2 surveys on our website. We'd like you to like your feedback regarding our virtual program guide and the pending changes to our website. If you can visit our website at www.napervilleparks.org for details, as well as to provide your feedback on both of the surveys, we'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on our agenda is approval of the Treasurer's Report.
President Riley, I move to approve the October 2011 Treasurer's Report.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Jackie, call the roll, please.
Vice President Young,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi,
Yes.
Commissioner Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Ori,
Aye.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
President Riley.
Yes. Next, we have the consent agenda. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
I'd like to pull item A, please.
Pull item A for individual consideration. Any other items to be pulled?
President Riley, I move to accept consent agenda items B through E.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Jackie, call the roll, please.
Vice President Young,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi,
Yes.
Commissioner Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Ori,
Aye.
President Riley.
Yes.
President Riley, I move to approve consent agenda items as listed.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? This just calls for a voice vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
Under unfinished business, President Riley, I move to approve the disbursements for the month of November 2011 in the amount of $1,855,604.40.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Commissioner Regan.
Thank you, President Riley. I had this pulled specifically for one purchase to 2B computer products, board member laptops and bags totaling $3,800. I don't feel that that is a good use of taxpayer funds. We have access to email. We've had that since we've had email. I don't see putting taxpayer dollars towards that. Thank you.
Any further discussion on this motion? Before I call for a vote, just for clarification purposes, this is part of an initiative that started actually with the previous board, and the objective here was not to just provide additional gadgets, if you will, for commissioners, but to accomplish a couple of things, one of which is to provide commissioners with 24/7 access to the most current available material on all the topics that are brought for us for consideration, and to be able to access that in an organized manner. And secondly, this also supports one of the initiatives from our strategic plan, and that is to try to be as green as possible, to be as environmentally friendly as possible, the idea of going less and less paper and other alternatives. So with that being said, Jackie, would you kindly call the roll?
Yes.
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Commissioner Egan?
No.
Commissioner Heidi?
Yes.
Commissioner Janner?
Yes.
Commissioner Ori?
Aye.
President Riley?
Yes. Next, to make note of our future meetings. First, we'll have a special meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners December 19th, 2011. This is a Monday. We normally have our workshops on Thursdays, but because of the holidays, we're doing it on Monday, December 19th. That will be at 6 p.m. at the Administration Building in the boardroom. The next regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners will be January 12th, 2012 at 7 p.m. Here in this location.
President Riley, I move to adjourn to executive session to discuss personnel, land acquisition, and pending litigation under Sections 2C1, 2C5, and 2C11 of the Open Meetings Act.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion? Jackie, call the roll, please.
Vice President Young?
Yes.
Commissioner Egan?
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi?
Yes.
Commissioner Janner?
Yes.
Commissioner Ori?
Aye.
President Riley? Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Yeah, and also yes, and now we'll adjourn. Thank you.